Malcolm Go podcast. It's November the 4th. Tyler not with us today. He got an inconclusive HIV test. So coming in from Arkansas, my cousin and our personal Malcolm Go lawyer, KP.
What's going on? I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to bring pleasant legal advice.
Hey, that's a joke, son. Don't you get it? I made a funny, son, and you're not
Not to
laughing.
get political.
What? I'm sorry, I didn't even hear you. I was playing too many sounds over your voice. I was too busy on the soundboard with Foghorn Leghorn.
I said I'm very, very happy to be here as the Southern legal advisor to the Malcolm Go pod because
I know.
Tyler's HIV test might come from some criminal intent.
Yeah, Tyler is having trouble. I don't understand what's going on with him. He's not hungry anymore. He doesn't want it anymore. I just texted him that. I got KP. I got a man down in Arkansas that's hungry, wants a little piece of the Malcolm Go pod.
I'm ready. I was sitting on go.
I know you were waiting. So, how's things going on down there? The world's not burning, and I kind of expected the world to burn. The election's still not over, but seems to be anyway.
It's over.
Yeah,
But the silver lining is Arkansas remained red. The only state that matters.
Was it anybody nervous that it was not going to be?
You always have to be nervous.
I don't know how that could. I mean, I don't even know what it's like to vote for anything that matters. I could, if I ever went in there and voted, it just doesn't matter at all. Like it's literally. I think that nobody like Donald Trump or Joe Biden didn't step foot in New England because they were just like, fuck it. What's the point? Joe's going to win this by 1 million. He doesn't even have to show up.
No, I agree. Joe is Tom Brady and Trump is Cam Newton. One's state, one's great.
Trump is Cam Newton on that last drive in Buffalo. He had it. He couldn't lose and fucking just choked it away at the end.
What a clown, man. You're 6'5", just fucking fall down for 3 yards.
I can't take it anymore. I wanted to, it's literally, I held on as long as I could. I can no longer defend him. There's no more defensing of Cam Newton. And you're an SEC man. You've got SEC blood running through you.
I'm an SEC stan, but if I hear one more cocksucker say, he says all the right things, I might blow him. I can't take it. I physically can't take it. He stinks at football. He's not a good football player.
I don't know what happened to him. Was he ever good? Because all I remember was him at Auburn just running over people. And the whole reason was because he was 6'5", 250, and it was basically like Bo Jackson that could throw a little bit.
He can't throw. His deep balls make me want to throw up. They're atrocious.
I think there's something, I don't know, to be said about the offense, complete offensive failure left and right. But Cam isn't helping anybody. I mean, at least he was good. He held it together for, 59 minutes. He held it together. Like, it wasn't a good game, but he did enough to win. And then with 30 seconds left, he threw up on himself. There's no more excusing it. I don't know what you can't beat loser mentality out of people. They're going to find a way to lose games. The Patriots have become the teams they used to just beat up for years and years, for 20 years, just wait for them to fucking throw up on their dick. Whatever team it was, Buffalo, the Jets. You could always wait for fucking Mark Sanchez or, Tannehill was always going to throw a pick and fuck something up. And now we're that guy. Like Belichick.
Now we lose to that guy. Josh Allen is the epitome of that guy.
I don't even know what Josh Allen did in this game. Did he even throw for 150 yards? They just ran down our throats.
We stink.
Well, I've been saying since day one that Bill Belichick assembled a defense that he fucking completely tormented 2 years ago in the Super Bowl, or going through the Super Bowl playoffs. The NFL playoffs, it was just, okay, it's a new NFL. Let's put 7 D-backs and just stop the pass. And Bill Belichick was like, well, just run then. So he just gave Sony Michel the ball 70 times a game and ran over everyone. But for some reason, in 2020, he's like, you know what? That's the defense for me. Got one below-average middle linebacker and then 70 safeties playing linebacker right now.
And journeyman like John Simon. That's our star.
John Simon's maybe my favorite player on the defense because except he got blown up a little bit in this game, but he's just an edge setter, team player.
Just loves the game. But Chase Winovich would be my favorite. But apparently he just doesn't play anymore. He's just not.
Bill Belichick decided that he's not good enough to play for his defense right now.
I would argue he's the one person that is good enough to play for that.
I can't watch. I mean, to let a Landon Roberts go. Okay, Landon Roberts was a hit or miss. He was like, okay, 70% of the time he's going to go to the wrong hole. 25% of the time he's going to blow some shit up.
I love it.
But he never missed a tackle.
No.
Jawan Bentley misses tackles almost every drive. And I don't want to blame him because like I said to you, it's literally him, 2 safeties, and fucking that's it. There's no linebacker. He's the only one that could shed a lineman's block. He's the only one that has a shot. He's like 250. The other guys are 218 and 5'10. And he's like, you know what? You're fucking my outside linebacker now. Like Adrian Phillips, a lifelong safety and special teamer playing down linebacker. And then, they bring Terrence Brooks up. And fucking Uche, who just came off the fucking off IR. Now he's running onto the field. It's just it's a massacre, and the fact that they have no interior D line makes it even worse. Because there's nobody to take up blocks. They've got practice squad guys sitting in the middle of the field getting blown up by average linemen, thrown out like literally backup center. The backup center was in for Buffalo and just throwing our D linemen around.
We were 3 yards on the wrong side of the line as soon as it was snapped. It's a joke.
I don't know of a play. I can't remember them. They stuffed a few runs like early in the season, and they haven't done it since. Lawrence Guy, the minute Lawrence Guy got like injured a little bit, like last week, the whole defense just collapsed.
We just quit. We just don't. We don't. We're a bad football team, and I've texted you this. I'm all in on let's just not win anymore. Let's just not.
I mean, there is a scenario. I hate it because I have it bred in my head that the Patriots can never not make the playoffs anymore. I mean, in my 34 years, they weren't good when I was a kid. And then through the 90s, they got pretty good and made the playoffs throughout the late 90s. And then the 2000s has just been playoffs every year except for twice. And one was because Brady destroyed his knee and they were still 11-5. And then in 2002, they lost on the very last game of the year. And and then they didn't make it that year. But every other year is just they're in the playoffs. I just have it in my head that Buffalo's going to choke. Miami's not good enough. I mean, even though they're playing better than probably anybody else in the division, but
they're going to win the division. They're going to win the division. But I want to
Miami or Buffalo.
Miami. Fuck Buffalo.
Miami's not going to win the division.
Josh Allen stinks. Tua is an SEC guy. He knows what real.
He's tiny. He can't. He was not even good last week. He threw a touchdown.
Throw it. Their defense and special teams won. But hold on. Well, you're talking about the playoffs. How about Belichick just fucking selling out? Just all in that we sold out 1-3 Super Bowl.
I don't know.
I love it.
Do you it's so weird to hear him talk like that. He's like, you know what? Well, fucking listen, we were in the Super Bowl 4 times in the last 5 years, guys. Like, what do you want? Which I love, but then you can't give these fucking media guys anything. Because
no, they're gonna run with it.
It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because the minute he fucking said something, they're like, this fucking guy is sold out. He's ready to retire. He's making excuses. It's Brady versus Belichick. It's all that bullshit. And I know we're both Brady guys, but now you're a Brady versus Belichick guy all of a sudden. Now you're like team Brady made Belichick, which is not a thing. That doesn't enter my brain.
I liked it much more when it was Brady and Belichick. But
I do too.
But I mean, I just more people are team Belichick that he made Brady rather than Brady made Belichick, and I just want those sorry motherfuckers to see that Brady is he's actually really good at quarterback.
He is actually. It's amazing that the system quarterback everyone's been talking about is dominating in a completely different city, while the system has collapsed in New England completely. They couldn't just turn the system on for Cam Newton.
Yeah, his system in Tampa.
Yeah,
the Tampa system is. There could not be a more opposite system.
It's throw the ball deep every play. It's maybe the 2007 Randy Moss offense. It's throw the ball as deep as I possibly can every time because my receivers are all pros, and there's no way I'm going to lose at all ever. I couldn't believe he was even in the game against the Giants. I think he was just bored.
He's incredible. I love him. I miss him.
I hope
But
he wins MVP again.
I hope he wins the Super Bowl if we don't.
Yeah,
But
of course. I would root
I'm
for
gonna
him. I have a hard time rooting for Gronk. I say it every week, but he looks like apparently
Why?
he's just completely normal again. What?
I mean, why you have a hard time? Like I get like,
Why?
but he also said he was never going to play for another quarterback. So I respect.
It's
as a
not
Southern
the
boy-
quarterback. I think it was a fucking coup, is what I think happened. I think that Brady told that he knew he was leaving. It's been well documented that Brady was done playing for the Patriots. He didn't want to play 2019 here. So I think that he told Gronk, you know what, dude, fucking just don't play, and then I'll leave. We'll go somewhere nice. You come with me, and we'll fucking figure it out. Huh?
Camille really likes Tampa. She could get naked and do all that fun stuff.
Of course. She's a model. Fucking they're gonna live in the fucking west coast of Florida. No fucking income tax. I mean, what's there to lose? I mean, you're already a billionaire, and he can make his dumb YouTube videos for a coach that doesn't give a shit. You know what I mean? Fucking Nickelodeon shows with his brothers.
What are the odds though that like so you got the Jets, then the Ravens, then the Texans, then the Cardinals.
Look, there's a possibility the Patriots could go, what? They have 5 losses, so if they lose, they can lose 2 more. So you got the Ravens, and they'll definitely lose the Ravens, and then there was another game that they were definitely going to lose.
They're going to lose. I would say they're going to lose to the Chargers or the Rams. The Rams.
Yeah, they'll lose one of those games because they have to stay in L.A., and this team is just not built for it. Because it's like, what's it, Sunday night, and then they have to play Thursday in the same stadium. So they're not going to.
Yeah.
And I think the NFL wants them to stay in L.A. I mean, to come home. The opposite. They want them to come home. You know what I mean? Go to L.A. on Sunday, play that game, then come home, practice for a day, and then go back to L.A. and play on Thursday.
You remember before the season when it was like that? That's like big for a playoff team, and now it's like, well, fuck it, just lose both and go get Trevor Lawrence and let's be good again. Like,
there's part of me is like, but such a crapshoot. I mean, you don't know how Trevor Lawrence studies and all this shit. Belichick would get the first pick and trade it for like the 5th pick and pick a D lineman. It wouldn't even be fun. It would ruin everything because we'd sit here and be like, wow, they need a quarterback, and they'd be like, then they'd sign Cam for like $1 million a year for like 2 more years, and then fucking sign some backup quarterback, and then draft a fucking interior lineman. That's what Belichick would do.
Backup quarterbacks. Is Jimmy G gonna come home? Speaking of all this,
why? What is there about Jimmy G that's any good?
I don't think he's good. He's beautiful. He is wonderful looking. He's
a handsome guy, but like, what is after 6 quarters playing for the Patriots, he fucking got hurt, and everyone, because the media decided he was the greatest quarterback of all time for some reason, because Belichick, I'm telling you, it was just always an anti-Brady bias. You know, people just got sick of Brady winning, and like they kind of wanted to break it up. I think there's just the media is gross, and they just try to fucking infect everything with their own opinions and create opinions for people. So they decided that Jimmy Garoppolo was Belichick's guy, so they were going to push the Garoppolo's the greatest quarterback of all time. And then when Belichick traded him, it was, Brady forced him out. And then they didn't get enough for Garoppolo. You know, Garoppolo's so good. And then fucking, he doesn't do shit. I mean, his first year, he blows his ACL immediately. Second year, they go to the Super Bowl on a great team. And then this year, they're still pretty good, and he gets hurt, and he's out for the season again. So obviously, what'd you say?
Made of wet paper. He's a wet paper bag. He just falls apart. But also, like, it's the same dynamic on a smaller scale as Stidham. The media had Stidham up to be like he was a king, including my favorite media member, Tony Locanti. That guy stinks.
I will be honest. I was on the Stidham train only because it was coming direct from the team. Like, the team, like, they love this guy. And then it was like, the shit was just getting leaked out. They love this guy. This guy's good. He's going to start. So I was listen, I was under no fucking idea that this team was going to win the Super Bowl with Jarrett Stidham. So when they signed Cam Newton, I was excited, but I still thought Jarrett Stidham was going to start like week 1 because it was impossible for Cam to learn the offense. For some reason, Bill Belichick is infatuated with Cam Newton. And like he loves him. He like rubs his shoulders, his back. I don't know what he loves about him. I know he works hard, but he fucking stinks. I can't watch him play for this team anymore.
So bad. He's not even good at running. Like when he runs the ball, he looks
dives
slow.
now. There's a fucking miscommunication as to like what they saw Cam Newton do in Carolina and at Auburn and what they're asking him to do here. I don't understand. It's like a complete, like they're just like a blockage as to like he was a great runner and he could throw because everyone was terrified he was just going to take off. So now like they've got him set for running as the last possible scenario. And if he gets near someone, they're like, dive. Like immediately dive. Don't try to run through anyone. What is there to lose? Like, except for Cam, who would lose his career. You know what I mean? Like, the Patriots aren't going to cease to exist if Cam Newton gets hurt. Like, if it's up to him, okay, I get it. You fall and don't get hurt and don't kill yourself. But, like, run the fucking ball 20 times a game. It's the only way you're going to be able to throw with these fucking receivers.
I mean, they aren't even receivers, but we'll get to
They've
that
got
in a moment.
6 Pop Warner players out there, and they still almost won in Buffalo. But, like,
I mean,
the
hey,
almost
Buffalo-
don't count anymore.
I mean, I'm to the point. But also, like, I don't understand. At the beginning of the year, after the Seattle game, when he caught the Kung Flu, he looked really good. Like, I actually thought there was a chance that we were a good football team, and then like we stink out loud.
Well, they were good that game. They beat Miami the week before, and then they got fucked. And then Cam was sick, and I didn't expect them to go into Kansas City and win anyway. But like the defense playing so well, they could have won if Cam was the quarterback in that game.
Could they? He stinks. Could they have won?
He's better than Hoyer. I mean, he might not have, but I tell you right now, they have zero confidence in him. Zero. What was it? 3rd and 12, or no, it was 3rd and goal with like 12 seconds left, and they were just like, fuck it, kick it. Like they were just like, no, don't even make an attempt because I know you're gonna fuck this up. And they're probably right because they should have fucking kicked the minute they were in field goal range when they got to, and at the end of the game too. Fuck it, take it right out of his hands. You got us this far. Fucking get on the bench. We'll go to overtime. See what happens. Maybe Josh Allen will throw a pick 6.
I'm looking at our receivers. Just
Now we got fucking. Now they signed Dante Moncrief to the practice squad. Like everyone was all over him in the draft like 10 years ago, but he's done nothing in the league. They fucking traded for a guy that is as fast as me. Another guy runs 4.6. Like that's what we need.
We need another one of those. That's just another gunner. That's just another very slow man. That's just
he's tall and he played in an actual college, Virginia Tech, so that'll help. He's seen competition that's worthy. Fucking gunner. I can't look at him anymore.
I do respect one thing. That kid does not give a flying fuck about the large men just destroying him. He does 360s, helicopters. He doesn't care.
Which is smart to fucking do. I mean, like he's gonna be out of the league in fucking 6 months because some linebacker's gonna square him up because he's never juked in his life. He's never had to avoid anybody. I don't know what it was. Maybe he was just the toughest guy in Division II history because he's never had to avoid anyone ever. What?
Wasn't he? He's a D3 stand, I thought.
Whatever. D2, D3, Bemidji State. I know they're good at hockey. I don't know if he's good at fucking football, but he didn't even play wide receiver there. He wasn't good enough to play wide receiver at Bemidji State, but Belichick decides he's good enough to play in the NFL.
He's not good enough. He's not like a practice squad player. He is full ass on the team. He looks like me. He looks like a shittier version of me.
I don't even think he could get cut. Honestly. There was a picture the other day of like them all practicing, all the wide receivers, and I was like, I just hashtagged out, not hashtagged it. I commented when it's Jersey Day at Pop Warner, and they all fucking aware. I'm like, who are these fucking clowns?
The joke. And then our best receiver is a guy that we didn't decide until what is it? I don't even know what week it was last week. Week what? 7, 8?
7, 8. What? Yeah, clearly the best receiver on the team. Just they were like, you know what? Put Gunner out there in front of him. This kid's got we already know his peak. Let's see what Gunner can do.
Yeah, we know he can be good. Let's try out, the gunman.
So 7 weeks, you just stash your best receiver on the fucking on the bench.
And actually, Cam has like a little bit of mojo with him. He can run more than 2 routes.
The good thing about Cam is at least he throws to people that are fucking open. It's just
he waits 10 seconds.
Yeah, he needs 10 seconds to do it. And the guys get open. I mean, Jacoby Myers gets open. at least.
Yeah. I mean,
He's the
because
only one.
He's getting guarded by like linebackers because nobody knows who the hell he is.
Yeah.
But I mean, with Edelman out, they don't have to double team anyone. They're just gonna stand there, spy Cam, and just drop back and dare us to or they're gonna just sit in a box and dare us to throw the football.
Yeah. I mean, I still think there's legitimate. I mean, Buffalo's got a tough schedule. They got Pittsburgh, Seattle, San Francisco's probably done now, but there's a chance they could drop to like 8-8. And if the Patriots beat Buffalo at home and, run the division or whatever, and they both go 8-8, I mean, there's a chance they could make the playoffs. It won't be they'll get a home playoff game in that scenario and get blown out by 40 against somebody, but
with 6,000 fans there, it won't be Gillette. I mean, but man, I don't know. The schedule's our schedule going out is not that hard. Lamar Jackson stinks against good teams. You've got the Jets. If you lose to the Jets, you should cancel the season. Then you got the Texans. They stink.
Yeah.
The Cardinals are kind of good.
Yeah, the Cardinals, I chalked that up as a win early in the season, but now I think they might crush us.
I mean, I don't know. Like, we're bad. The whole running quarterback scenario 3 weeks in a row was terrifying. Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, and Kyler Murray. And then you've got, I don't know if you win one of those.
You got to beat Houston and Arizona if you want even a chance to be. And you have to beat Houston and Arizona for a shot at the playoffs. But Baltimore, no one's going to blame you for losing to Baltimore, even though it's at home.
At least it's at home, but I don't know. They can make it, but I mean, not that team, not the team that I've been watching.
Maybe the team that showed up to Seattle could do it. The team that beat the Raiders could do it. The Raiders beat the Chiefs, okay, and we dismantled them. So I don't know what happened where if Cam got so sick from this disease that he had no symptoms from, that all of a sudden it made him shitty quarterback, if that's one of the symptoms. Terrible quarterbacking and fucking a high fever. But he fucking has not been good since. And his mechanics are terrible. I just, like, if you can't throw the ball, just fucking run. Like, Michael Vick wanted to run first. He never wanted to throw the ball. Be the guy that wants to run first. I always hated that. I was like, this quarterback never, like, these quarterbacks just want to run. Like, in the college, you just want to run first all the time. Run. And then fucking, because I was just used to Brady throwing every play. He never ran. If he ever ran, it was like the most exciting thing you ever saw because it was once in a lifetime, and he'd get 25 yards because nobody was near him.
Electric.
Yeah, but
can he just stand in the pocket? Some of these sacks that he's taking are not the offensive line's fault. He just stands there like, bro, I
don't know how many are the offensive line's fault. When's the last time? I mean, when's the last time? I can't even remember that our line, except for that game where the line was like dismantled. Was that San Francisco? I don't remember what it was, but it was four offensive line.
Yeah.
In San Francisco, they had like 4 offensive linemen out, and then playing different positions. Everybody was playing different positions, and they were getting blown up. But everything else, like, I don't know if they've ever lost their block and it's been on the line, because Cam sits there for 20 seconds, or he'll miss. He won't see a blitzer.
What is this shit where he stands there and then he clearly sees the man running at him, whoever it is, the spy or the DN, and he just runs sideways. Like, dude, you're 6'5", just run forward, get 3 yards, and then do your little pussyfoot dive thing. But don't get sacked. Like, stop. God, you're too athletic.
Well, at least he used to be. I don't know. I mean, I haven't really seen anything that's blown my mind with him. Like, I mean, he made a good run against Denver, but he should be running for 70 yards a game. I mean, give me at least 50, 60 yards a game from the quarterback.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
if you're going to throw for 115 yards or whatever you do, average now, run for 60 or at 70. I need at least 200, 250 yards out of the quarterback position.
I need to make sure I didn't miss it. Is James White? I know he's had some things going on. Is he on the team?
Randomly, they've decided that he's not worth playing. Like, he made the biggest play against fucking last week. He had a 30-yard catch and run, and a little dump off, which was fucking. I was praising the heavens because it was the first Patriots play I've seen Cam do was a little looked off 2 receivers, dump off to James White. James White goes for fucking 30. Everybody in the world was shocked, even the Buffalo Bills. That's why nobody tackled him because he made a Tom Brady brain assessment, said nobody's open, dump off, and nobody even covered James White. He breaks 1 tackle, goes for 30. You know what I mean? Fuck it, that's the first Patriots thing I've seen anybody do. And
but then James White is not worthy of playing anymore. To say, I thought J.J. Taylor in the first 4 weeks of the season, maybe first 5 weeks when they played him after week 2, I thought he was fantastic, and now he's just we don't. He's
like on ice. Anymore. Well, once Damian Harris came back, it was just like, all right, that's his show now, which is fine because he looks good as hell.
He's really good. I like him a lot, but like. With these shit receivers, like James White is better than Gunnar Olszewski. That's just a fact.
James White needs to be slot receiver or fucking. I mean, he might not be as shifty, but like he should be slot receiver. Fucking.
Well, I mean, if you're
Rex Burkhead is better than Gunnar. Like, put him out there at fucking slot receiver.
Exactly, and if you're just like going to accept that you just aren't going to play Dalton Keene's not going to be worth the fuck, and obviously Izzo stinks. Just put random running backs who can catch out there and just try it because Izzo and Keene evidently are just. I mean, Cam just must not enjoy them even a little bit.
He throws to Izzo a lot more than he deserves.
But he overthrows him in the middle of the field, and that's just fucking interceptions written all over it.
Dalton Keene is, I mean, the jury's out on him. Asiasi's now on IR because his friend got killed or something. Who knows? He's lamenting all over Twitter, on Instagram. Like, his friend got murdered, and now he's, like, got a phantom ankle injury. I don't know. I just fucking... Brett Favre played when his dad died. I don't know. Don't talk to me.
Literally, I think it was the day after he did that.
Yeah, it might have been the day of his dad died. And he fucking... I don't know. Different people. Who am I to judge?
James White, both his parents nearly died. His father did die. That man he's here. He's doing the damn thing.
But that was fucking... I mean, he did have 3 weeks off, but it was his dad in a horrible car accident. I don't know how close Asiasi was to this guy, but... He looks a lot older than he is.
That's it. That Damiere Byrd is just our best receiver, and that's not good.
But he's not bad either. Like, him and Myers are not bad receivers. They shouldn't be your number 1, number 2 receivers. But, I mean, if they were your number 3 and number 4, you'd be pretty fucking good. N'Keal Harry has to be way better than he is.
He's not. I mean, I actually have come to the conclusion that, like, first-round picks, we just don't need them. Like, let's just trade them all, and let's get in the second, third round. 4th round.
No, because they should draft only wide receivers and tight ends middle rounds because that's where like their sweet spot is. And then they don't have to take any shit. You know what I mean? You don't have to talk about busts anymore because Belichick never misses on a lineman. He never misses on a D lineman. He doesn't miss on linebackers or cornerbacks. Just draft those guys high. You know what I mean? Fucking and then deal with the fucking wide receivers and tight ends later. Figure it out. You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know. I agree that don't get rid of Gilmore unless you're going to get a first. I respect them for not coming off of that because that shit, he's not worth. I mean, he's worth nothing less than a first-round pick at a minimum.
He was Defensive Player of the Year. Literally, he's the reigning Defensive Player of the Year. If you're going to trade him, it has to be a first-round pick.
Exactly. So
I don't care how old he is.
No, and I don't think he really wants to be there anymore after the whole, his realtor. I mean, there's some explaining to do there. I don't really
There's some explaining to do by that fucking realtor. There's no reason they put his house up for sale, and literally he needed all the bids by fucking trade deadline, the minute of the trade deadline. I mean, it was clearly motivated. I mean, he's done. He's gone after this year.
But is it bad 100%. That I think I'm like, whatever, I'm okay with that because J.C. Jackson is fucking elite. That kid's going to be a stud.
J.C. Jackson is good, but is he good enough to be the number 1 receiver lockdown?
He's not going to be as, consistent.
He's not Gilmore at lockdown.
No, I mean, that's like Revis Island, like that's rare, but he's good enough to be your number 1.
I mean, you've got so much money. Like, why wouldn't you just pay, the cap's going to go down. You're not going to have to pay Gilmore $20 million.
No.
Just pay him $14 million. Let him run out his career here while we try and figure out a quarterback. Do like what the fucking Seahawks did. Just load up on your secondary and your defense while Russell Wilson is fucking learning in a rookie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I think we're actually, I don't know if shit held pat. And that team that was on the field this weekend that I watched just barf all over the field, just stink out loud. You're going to get a good, assuming Bill does not trade back and draft, the backup left guard for the Arkansas Razorbacks in the first round, and you take like a Justin Fields.
Fields isn't going to get past 3 or 4 max, right? I mean, there's not a lot of bad teams right now that need quarterbacks. The Jets, I mean, they're going to pick a quarterback, but they have Darnold. The Giants, I don't think they would. But
no, they love Daniel Jones. I don't. Darnold's going to get dealt. I think Dak is gone. I think the Cowboys let Dak go, and Darnold goes to Dallas. I don't see why. Apparently, Jerry Jones wants to fuck that man. I don't really understand.
I don't know why he isn't like Dak.
I don't either. That man's fantastic. He's a great quarterback.
He's good. I'll take him in New England.
I won't. No.
He throws the ball all around the yard.
Yeah, but he makes a lot of really bad decisions, and the receivers he's throwing to in a dome in Dallas are fantastic.
Yeah, he does have sick wide receivers, but did he always have good receivers? And up until like last year, all he had was fucking Dez, who was slow as shit. But maybe he could teach N'Keal Harry how to be fucking kind of like Dez Bryant.
I'm so out on N'Keal Harry's. You are 6'5". I get you're not that fast, but just bully people, bro. Like, quit being a.
He's not 6'5". He's 6'2", and
I thought he was bigger than that.
No, he's like 6'2", and he's slow. But they're just. I mean, everyone gets fucking uptight about the fuck because like DK Metcalf got drafted in the same fucking draft, and he was. I mean, that's one that like fucking what's his face, the draft guru Mel Kiper.
Yeah, Kiper.
Finally got right. Like they were like, this guy's the best. He's going to be the best. Because I looked at his college stats and I was like, this guy, what did he even do? He scored a lot of touchdowns. He didn't get a lot of yards. I think he was hurt a lot.
Him and AJ Brown. I watched him come to Little Rock, Arkansas. Him, AJ Brown, and their quarterback was that Hawaiian guy. He stinks. He's the guy that got COVID for the Chiefs and they blamed it on Gilmore. Backup quarterback.
I don't know.
But yeah, they are. I mean, you look at them up close, they are. I would look at them and then look at N'Keal Harry, and 10 out of 10 times, I'm picking DK Metcalf. I don't have to see them do one drill. I don't care what his 3-cone is.
But that's the problem is that the Patriots do care what your 3-cone is.
I know.
And everyone was right. Like, I mean, except like the fucking people that that scout and don't work for NFL teams was right about DK Metcalf, and every NFL team was wrong because he got I think he got drafted the last pick in the second round after 9 other guys, and he was like, everyone was like, he's a top 10 pick. He's fucking unbelievable, and he's just destroying the league.
Unbelievable. I mean, he destroyed the best cornerback in the league. He destroyed Stephon Gilmore. Destroyed him.
He's just a giant, and he runs so fast, and he catches everything.
That play he made when he chased down who was that?
Buda Baker.
Buda Baker. I mean, that looked like a lion chasing some sort of animal. That it's also
a
fast.
Gazelle. Yeah,
unbelievable. But regardless, we're gonna deal. Julian Edelman. I'm convinced he's just too hurt at this point. I don't
see if they're fucking. I mean, Julian Edelman's got the heart of a lion, but like if they're 2-7. Or even like 3 I mean, the only way I see him coming back is if they haven't lost since he's got hurt. You know what I mean? Like if they beat the Jets and then I think they get Baltimore after that. If they beat Baltimore by some type of weird miracle, and Julian's like, nah, fuck it. Maybe I'll come back and try and make the playoffs here. But like if they lose, like God forbid they lost to the Jets and then the Ravens, and then Edelman's like, I'm not coming back for this. Like, why would he even risk it? I don't think Belichick would make him. I would think you don't play anymore. Like, you're fucking literally the most loyal guy on the team. You fucking just don't play. You'll get paid, and you can retire or do whatever you want at the end of the year, and we'll figure this out.
We'll go to Tampa with the rest of them.
And fucking add another receiver down in Tampa. Fucking, you know the thing is, Brady probably wouldn't even take him. Brady would
go, nah. Why does he need him? Look, his receiving core just... It makes me really sad.
But why didn't he push for Edelman? Instead, he pushes for fucking dead Gronkowski, and he pushes for rapist fucking Antonio Brown. And,
I would love nothing more than to have convicted sexual assault, Antonio Brown on our receiving core right now. I would take him on our team.
He wouldn't even be able to get the ball.
I mean, he's so good. He's so. I mean, the one game he had for us was. It was ecstasy.
It was. They gave him like 6 plays, and were like, "You just go over here." And Brady hit him in stride, scored a touchdown. I mean, it was like, I was like, this team is not going to lose a game. And then like the next day, I mean, the media was all over it, but the media is obviously he's in Tampa, nobody gives a shit. But like the minute he was with Belichick, it was fucking. They were literally bringing up his fucking ex-stepdad, calling him a bad kid because he like stole fucking popcorn, and they were like, "Oh, did you see this? He stole popcorn as a kid. What a bad seed." And then the minute he's in fucking Tampa, and everything's quiet. He spent an entire offseason getting arrested. Not even an offseason, a full just NFL season, getting arrested, fucking taunting police, his fucking ex-wife.
Didn't he retire like 3
He retired 40 times, came back 40 times. It was a fucking clown show. And then Brady's like, well, you know what? He lives by the 4 agreements and decides that everyone's good unless they murder someone. Like, I convinced he would have probably let Aaron Hernandez back. Like, nobody does. Like, as long as you're not mean to Tom, and like, I think that he just always thinks you're a great person. I think he would be like, if Aaron Hernandez came back and was like, you know what, he never did anything wrong to me. So like
that was someone else's family. That had nothing to do with Giselle.
We're trying to win football games.
Giselle's on the couch. Antonio Brown is in bed with Tom Brady right now.
Yeah, and they're sitting there and they're playing Minecraft on like Nintendo Switches next to each other. You see him today, he's wearing his TB12 hat, and you tell him that Tony Robbins. Do you think that Antonio Brown is listening to a fucking word Tony Robbins is saying to him? That is going in one ear and out the other, and all he's thinking about is fucking bitches. And
that guy and masturbating during, what was it? Wasn't it online church? She was watching online church and turned around.
And he lobbed a load on her neck or something. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, I get it. I mean, who hasn't done it? I mean, that's a fucking hilarious thing if you know the gal. But I mean, if she's your girlfriend, that's hilarious. But if she's like your masseuse, that's a problem, guy. You can't do that. Especially if she's watching what she's getting the Lord in.
No, she claimed that was her. She was his personal trainer. I can assure you.
Oh yeah, personal trainer.
Not that. Yeah. She was not his personal trainer.
No. First of all, Antonio Brown doesn't need you to be his personal trainer, lady.
That guy's
he's literally made out of stone. Yes,
Josh Gordon's another one. Josh Gordon is just openly the biggest pothead that has ever walked in the NFL, and Tom Brady loves that man.
Yeah, he loves anybody that's good at football. I think now. I think that he just, like I said, I think he would let Aaron Hernandez come back to his team if he was resurrected and was acquitted of all charges. He would be like, you can come play for the Buccaneers. Whatever, we're gonna have fun down here and enjoy some football games. You know what I mean? Belichick. I mean, I think the NFL talent just always wins. You know what I mean? It's just always. Nobody cares. I mean, what you do. I mean, there's like the rare instance where you beat up a woman on tape and like it gets onto the internet somehow. That's the only thing that ends your career now. And it really does. It really doesn't even end your career because Kareem Hunt booted a bitch in a hotel, and they were just like, you're off the Chiefs for 5 minutes, and now you can go to the Browns.
And nobody talked. Tyreek Hill just openly beats the shit out of his children, and enjoys it. And
he punched his pregnant girlfriend in the stomach, and then that same child that he tried to kill in the womb, he broke his arm. And they're just like, but he's funny, and he does like the peace sign when he scores touchdowns. So nobody gives a fuck.
Cam Newton, on the other hand, says all the great things, but
he dresses too ostentatiously for people's liking. So he's a piece of shit.
He's got some outfits that I'm definitely at one point in my life going to throw in the courtroom. It's just a lot. A Southern lawyer walking in like that would be
the fucking easy. Yeah, definitely a Southern lawyer would wear that. The fucking, what do they call those? Seersucker suits.
Need a seersucker.
Where do you even find clothes like that? Like, I don't even know where you would go. I'm such a fucking white trash nobody. I wouldn't even know where to find. Like, Cam, where do you get like a blue, like that periwinkle shirt? Like, where do you get that flower that's in your vest? I don't even know where someone would find that.
Well, first of all, the hat he wears probably is more than my salary.
Yeah, more than your car. Definitely.
When you have unlimited dollars, I mean,
you find a guy that gets you lilac fucking pins and shit. Like, I don't know. He's like, literally an outfit must cost $2,000.
I mean, I am a big fan that on Twitter he did not post a pregame video because I think he understands now that like
It's over.
He fucking stinks.
Dude,
Like
if you
he's
don't win, nobody's interested in what you wear. Unless
Well,
that's your if that's your side hustle and you're like, I'm also a tailor. Like, okay, fucking yeah, that's fun. And
I hope you're a
let's see
better
your
tailor
suit.
quarterback.
Oh shit, it fucking just fucking strings pulling off all the pants. The minute you walk out of the store, your pants fall off. Or actually, it would be the minute before you get out of the store. Everything collapses.
You think Bill will start Stidham? You think that's a thing that
I really think he's going to ride. I told you, he loves Cam. He wants to ride. He's riding Cam until the end. Because I think this is his decision that he made.
What year was it we played them week 4, and was it 16? And they beat the shit out of us in Foxborough. I don't know if they beat the shit out of us, but they beat us. And he played unbelievably. And
it was Cam Newton. It was Stephon Gilmore's second game with the team because they were just the whole secondary was a disgrace, and they couldn't Cam couldn't not complete a pass for a touchdown.
What year was that? Was that
17?
17. That was that 16 or 17. I couldn't remember.
It was the year they went and played the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
That's when Bill was like
that was like their last real home loss with Brady.
Yeah, that was when Bill after the game was like, he's incredible. Like you could tell he wanted to slob the knob, and like
he never beat him. He lost to him twice.
Yeah, now he's here. Now he just like can't beat anyone else. Like evidently he's just not built for this. I
just don't think that Josh McDaniels and Bill and all the offensive gurus on the team know how to build an offense towards him. They're just saving him the wrong way.
What is his offense? He can't throw it to the right, evidently.
Which is the most insane thing I've ever seen. Like, I didn't know that was a thing, and then he just doesn't. He's literally can't. He doesn't do it. It's not that he can't do it. He just doesn't do it.
I think he did it 6 times this week, but I honest to God,
forcing it.
His shoulder hurts.
I don't think so. I think he's completely healthy. He has terrible mechanics. His left foot, when he steps into the ball, sometimes just goes like if you were as a clock, it would go at 9. It goes to 9 o'clock instead of noon.
Yeah, and he throws it over there. That's why his arm hurts.
I don't think he throws with only arm. Is one other issue.
Yeah, because his deep balls are atrocious. I mean, his deep balls make him throw.
He could rival Pat Mahomes in arm strength, but he can't fucking.
Not too many.
Accuracy is meaningless because he could throw the ball through a brick wall, but it's not going to get anywhere near the person.
He throws it. He looks. I mean, honestly, he looks like a shittier version of Phillip Rivers. Like it looks like he's pushing it, but it's a fucking rocket.
It is. When you watch him throw a hard pass, he literally looks like he's in a car accident because his head goes to the left so hard, like it looks like he's got whiplash. It's the craziest that we watch one. I mean, there was one he completed. I talked about it, I think, with Tyler, but like he completed a pass. It was like an 18-yard. It was a perfect pass, bomb, but it was like he put it like on the ground, so I think Jacoby Myers could dive and catch it. He threw it so fast that his head whipped to the left, like literally snapped. I was like, Jesus Christ, he's gonna get fucking concussion the way he throws the ball.
But when he does hit people in stride, though, it is an orgasm to watch. I mean, it's incredible because the dude.
It feels rare. It feels like a gift, like a gift you were given.
Okay, so this is how I sum it up. Like throughout the Brady years, which I'm young enough to where that's pretty much all I remember. It like on 3rd and 8, it was almost like, all right, well, Edelman or whomever, Welker at one point, Moss, whoever the hell, Branch, like we're gonna get this first down, especially in our own end of the end zone. And now it's like 3rd and 8, and I'm like, why don't we just fucking punt? Like
it's really every time the offense has a penalty and it's longer than 1st and 10, I'm like, all right, this drive's over. Like it doesn't even matter. Like the minute it was like a holding. If a holding would be over. If it was 1st and 20, drive's over 100%. But like even if it gets to like 2nd and 11, it's fucking done. We're not getting 11 yards ever.
No,
it's so rare. We must be the worst offense at getting first downs. Has to be. I don't know what the Jets are or what the Bears are, but the Patriots can be, far from the bottom. They have to be in the bottom 3 or 4 at getting first downs, especially on 3rd down. If they hit 3rd down conversions, we have to be bottom 3. Have to be. I'm not going to look it up because I know it's true.
I mean, I believe you. You're right. I mean, you're confident. In
I'm
that.
so
That's right.
confident that we are bottom 3 at third down conversions. Maybe on both sides of the ball at this point. I don't even know if we
What
can
about-
stop third downs.
Do we have to have the least amount of touchdowns in the league? But,
Oh my god, I've never seen this many. It's
we just kick field goal. Nick Folk, low key, he's having a good year.
he's fucking. He's fucking nails. I gave him so much shit at the beginning of the year, and I think that this is what it was. It was like Nick Folk from like 45 yards out. He's like 0%, but from 45 yards in, can't miss. But the minute it hits like 45 and a centimeter, he fucking bombs them left. Can't get close. He hasn't missed one in weeks. I'm like,
I mean, apparently that white supremacist we got like in practice, he just stinks. Apparently he
yeah,
stinks
another
out.
waste of a draft. 5th rounder, you draft a kicker that no one's ever heard of, and he fucking Marshall kicker. He kicked at the University of Rhode Island, which is like community college. Like, he went from the University of Rhode Island to Marshall. What kind of competition does the University of Rhode Island play?
To the 5th round. To the
fifth round kicker.
To the best dynasty of all time. That is.
But they had fucking. It was clear as day that kid from Georgia was great. Like
Rico's fantastic.
yeah, him and then that kid from Georgia Southern, who's the Bills kicker, is good.
Fantastic.
And we just decided to take a shot. But they did the same thing with Gostowski. I don't know if he was rated high, and they drafted him in the 4th round. So maybe he was just trying to recreate that.
It didn't work.
No, he stinks.
Yeah.
I mean, I never saw him, but I know that everyone was like, he can't even. I don't know if he's a kicker at all. Like, I think that he pretended he was a kicker because he would. I think that he was at like training camp, and the media was like, "This kid is horrendous." You know how they get those skinny posts or whatever? Like they have the skinny field goal posts at like in practice fields. So like they're like I don't know half the width of a regular field goal post, and I think he was like 0 for 50. Like they kicked him on those skinny posts, and he was like I don't think he got one on like 40 practices.
We blew a 5th round pick where we are typically very good at finding talent there. That is the talent we found. We found that man.
Yeah.
But at least we have a really good punter. Our punter's got arguably he's top of the league. He's up. He's in that top shelf.
Oh no, the punter. Oh.
Yeah,
when your punter's your best player, you've got fucking problems. So my quarterback. He was my best friend in high school. Still one of my best friends now. But he was our quarterback and our punter, and our coaches one time sat us down. I was like, listen, when our fucking punter is our best player, like he didn't even mention that he was the quarterback, but he was like, when our punter is our best player, we got fucking problems. And we won one game, so it wasn't impressive. But
So
like the best play all season, he fumbled the snap, rolled out to the left, and punted with his left foot, and he was a righty. And everyone was like, went bananas. All he did was save a fumble, picked up, scoop and score touchdown. But he kicked it left-footed and fucking maybe kicked it 25 yards, lefty, which is great, fine. But, like, we were still punting and are terrible. But, like, everyone was like, that was the greatest play all year. We punted it, and he punted it with his wrong foot. I was like, we just lost to Salem, Mass by 75 points.
The Sachems.
Sauga Sachems are ugly. So Sauga Sachems just don't exist anymore. High school football in Massachusetts, they were just like, we're not doing it. Now they're waiting until February. They're going to start playing high school football in February. It's going to be fucking horrendous.
After this election, there will be nothing. This is not a politics podcast.
No.
Arkansas has carried on with all sports.
Yeah.
The South is rising again.
Yeah, no.
It's happening.
Isn't it amazing that the SEC somehow did better at controlling it than fucking the NFL? I don't understand that. Like, they're out in college and partying. I don't know how they're not. I mean, there has to be lies because, like, Nick Saban had it, and they were just like, no, he doesn't. They just fucking.
They literally were like, yeah, we'll just test him a couple times. We'll create that it says negative, and he's there.
Yeah. The Alabama doctor was like, he's fine. Yeah. Because if they were playing fucking a UMass that week, he wouldn't have coached. But they were playing Georgia. So, like, they're like, oh, he's got to go out there. It's fucking crazy.
I'm convinced that even if he had it, he was out there in a hazmat suit. Like, I'm in on that.
Yeah.
That's the move.
I mean, that's Saban. But, like, fucking Trevor Lawrence, like, I was surprised that Trevor Lawrence got it. Like, you would feel like he would be the guy that they would just not give, they would protect by all means necessary.
That's football Jesus. That guy's gonna be really, really good at the next level.
He gives me serious Peyton Manning vibes. You know what I mean? Like can't miss guy.
He's so good. Andrew Luck.
Yeah, Andrew Luck. I was never really impressed with Andrew Luck though.
Relax. Andrew Luck was a stud. Andrew Luck. That's a slept on guy.
First of all, I hate Pac-12 football. I don't think it's good. I mean, the only thing that saved him for me was that he played for like Jim Harbaugh, who was like he's like an NFL coach. But the minute he went to Indianapolis, I was never scared of him.
They didn't block anyone. That's why he doesn't play anymore. They just decided that they weren't going to block. They just didn't do that.
And Indianapolis never had a good defense. They're like decent now, but all throughout the Patriots and Colts rivalry, like in the early 2000s, their defense was never great. No, they had like Bob Sanders, who was a stud, and would like try and take your head off, but he lasted like 3 years because he was a fucking assassin.
Man. Yeah. I don't know. I wish we had more of the assassins on our defense. We have none of that. We look like chicken shit. We're just
we don't have a badass. Like we don't have like not that Brandon Spikes was good, but he was like a liability out there. Like, he was gonna hurt you. Like Brandon Merriweather. Like if you knew he was out there, you're like, I'm not gonna go in the middle because this guy literally might get a fucking second degree fucking murder and try and kill me on the field.
I thought Van Noy was into a little bit of that. Van Noy would catch a body, but he was just so athletic.
There was times when Brandon Merriweather was getting booed by Patriots fans for how fucking bad he would headhunt. I remember there was a shot he put on Todd Heap over the middle against the Ravens at home. It was a day game. The Ravens won the game. And we beat them late. And then the Ravens beat us in the playoffs that same year. So we were losing, and he went over the middle, caught a pass, like kind of like a Gronk seam pass. And Brandon Merriweather unnecessarily jumped in the air and fucking hit him helmet to helmet in the face and like knocked him out cold. I think it ended his career. And Patriots fans were booing him. Like in a game that we had to win. They were just like, this guy, we've had enough of him. And he was a first-round pick.
Yeah. I mean,
like we don't have Brian Cox. They built their team, their defenses off fucking toughness, like Hightower. These guys, just tough guys that were smart, that would kill you. And fucking, we got none of that right now. Just smart guy. I mean, you still got McCourty, who's smart. I mean, but where's the badass? Give me one badass. Like, Jawan Bentley's not scaring anybody.
I think Duggar is that, man. I think Duggar is a fucking head. But he's also, I don't know where he is.
He was inactive last week. Some phantom injury.
Of course, we have more phantom injuries than everyone's because we're all off the method. We're not on the TB12 method anymore.
That's the problem.
Liability.
I don't know. They just don't have a fucking... They're just so boring. You know what I mean? It's like hard to watch a full game. I've gotten so spoiled to the point where I was like, all right, like I don't even like... It used to ruin my life when like a week, if a Patriots lost, I wouldn't look at sports sites. Now I just don't care anymore. It's like this must be how like all the other half lived for 20 years. You know, your team's gonna lose, whatever. I'm over it. Like I literally every loss, I was like, this affects my first round bye status. This affects everything. It was always about getting the first round bye and like Brady's numbers and Brady's Super Bowls and get Brady and Belichick more Super Bowls and all this shit. And every single time they lost or played a bad game, it was like, oh fuck me, this is ruining everything. Everyone thinks he's done now. He's finished. He's over the cliff. But now it's like they stink. But like, do something interesting. You know what I mean?
Like, I think they should just come out against the Jets this week and just fucking let Cam. I mean, they can't lose this game, right?
They could, but would it even matter if they did? So go out there and just fucking sling it. Do whatever.
Just sling it. Just sling it all over the field. Let's see how healthy that bitch is. That big.
Throw to Bird. The fucking Jets have a terrible defense. They have no cornerbacks. Who do they have that's good? Quinnen Williams?
He's not even good. He's kind of like Loki on the bust rate. He's like he's so bad right now that they're arguing if he's a bust, but I just think he plays for the Jets.
Yeah.
But who are their receivers? They definitely don't block for Sam Darnold. That guy's gonna die.
Yeah, they got Jamison Crowder, who's pretty good. They got a Denzel Mims is their rookie. I don't know who else they have. They got Brashard Perryman, who's not good.
No.
He was the first round. See, he was a DK Metcalf type guy. He was like a first round pick because he was like 6'5", 240, and could run 4.2. So this is why like everyone gets spooked out because they get fucking they see Brashard Perryman that runs 4.2 and was terrible with the Ravens. But that might just be the Ravens because the Ravens never have very good receivers. When's the last time they had good receivers? They drafted? Hollywood Brown, is he even that good?
No, he stinks. He's 5'8". That guy stinks. I don't know what all the hype is about that guy. He's fast.
I mean, he's good at Oklahoma, but I think everyone's good at Oklahoma.
I mean, they don't play anyone.
Yeah.
They play Arkansas. They don't even play Arkansas. Arkansas, first of all, rewind. You can't
Hogs we're having a good season.
Hogs are back.
Hogs are back.
You hold on. The Headhunters. You left out Rodney.
Rodney Headhunter, exactly, same guy. But at least he was. I mean, he had range too. He was good. But people were terrified of. He would take your head off in practice. He literally, like, his first practice, he took a headshot on Troy Brown. Literally the best, probably the best receiver on the team at the time, and he headshots him in training camp.
I miss old football.
That was like the best. Like, if you go back to even just 2001 when Brian Cox hit that Jerome Pathan from the Colts over the middle, and you would get arrested and definitely suspended for the hit he put on him.
Who hit Brady? I forget who it was. Hit Brady. He was going up the right sideline, and he
Buffalo.
Slid.
Was it Nate Clements?
And he fucking, if you hit Tom Brady like that now, you actually would be arrested.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's no way. And I think that was a fucking preseason. No, it couldn't have been. No, that was a regular season game at Buffalo.
It was early in the season,
but it was like his second or third time in the league the league.
And he fucking died.
He got up and was clapping.
If you did that today, you would be physically restrained on the field.
Yeah, could you imagine? Like, no one even fought for him because that was just like a regular hit. You know what I mean?
That was normal. I remember one on Reggie Bush. Was it Brian Dawkins who hit Reggie Bush?
Made him throw up.
I thought Reggie Bush was dead.
Somebody hit him really hard and he threw up on the field.
He was peace.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, those were the good old days. But I mean, getting rid of the headhunting is fine, but like the fucking protection of the quarterback is fucking getting over me because they literally, like, Russell Wilson did it last week, like, where you pretend to slide so the guys don't tackle you and he just takes off again. You know what I mean? You should be able to hit the quarterback if he's standing. I don't care if he's about to slide. Hit him. Like the Andy Dalton hit, admittingly, is a little late, but like
a little tough.
That one's a little late.
But the whole, like, hitting them below the knees, like,
that one's stupid.
Very, very large men.
Another thing they attribute to Brady, which is not true.
It's not. The only thing I'll allow them to attribute to Brady is the tough rule, because I will now.
They changed it because it was a playoff game, but that happened like 10 times during the season.
Yes.
Vinny Testaverde against the Patriots, it happened to that same year. But the hitting below the legs thing was Carson Palmer.
Yeah, Carson, because he tore like 8 ACLs doing that.
Yeah, a guy crawled over to him and tore it. But yeah, and then they changed the rule. But they say that it was to protect Brady. Not true.
Brady doesn't care if he gets hit. Brady always fell on his left shoulder. Brady didn't give a shit about getting hit.
He's the smartest, because that's his great. I always have said it. That's his greatest attribute. Just knows how to take a hit and how to fall, and he's not scared of fucking anybody.
Not a soul.
He would step into a Ray Lewis blitz if he knew he was going to complete a 2-yard pass to Welker. Like, he would literally, if he was going to complete a 2-yard pass, and that was going to be like, even if it was first down, if it was 1st and 10, and he was going to complete a 2-yard pass to Welker, he would step into Ray Lewis with a fucking helmet first to his gut. You know what I mean? Wouldn't even care. That's why he made him just a whole different level. People shy away from that.
Cam doesn't step up in the pocket.
No.
He's scared. I don't know. I mean, he's gotten hit pretty fucking hard. That's a large man, and I get it, but
it takes. I don't know. It takes time. They have to literally. I wouldn't be surprised if if the Patriots had like anything other than like a top 2 pick. I wouldn't be surprised if they kept Cam and just try to work through another year of like just breaking him down from day one. These are the mechanics. This is what we're doing. This is the offense. And just see what he can do with a full offseason. You know what I mean? Because he got kind of fucked. I mean, he got, late July he got on the team. Barely a training camp. No preseason. And then he gets COVID. So he hasn't really had much of a shot. And, like, let him get a fucking full team in front of him and see what happens.
I'm about to say, you've got to get him some weapons. Like, he can't come into next year with this. I think they're going to make a run. Odell's going to be hurt. His price tag's going to be low. They're going to make a run at him.
I don't know.
Bill loves
ACLs are so fast now. Like he'll be ready to play game 1 next year. But will he be the same
He's
guy?
ready for training camp.
Yeah. But will he be the same guy is the thing. I don't know.
He's so good. We don't have anyone like that. The last time we had someone like that was the one game with Antonio Brown. And wow, that was a bit.
Yeah,
wow.
exactly. We never have exciting players like that. Like I remember when we got Dion Lewis, I was like, this guy. Like I've never seen someone so flashy and fucking quick, and like we never had anybody so quick and fucking like.
And now look at him. Now he plays
like
for the Giants and he stinks out loud.
Scored a touchdown, didn't he, last week? But I don't know. I just remember thinking that. I mean, we've had better players, but he was just so fucking quick, exciting. His first year on the Patriots, I was like, this guy is a fucking Hall of Famer. I was like, I couldn't believe how good he was. He fucking was tiny, and he just kept.
God,
I still think one of the best plays in Patriots history is that touchdown he scored in Dallas when he took like a swing pass, ducked under 12 guys.
Just waterbugged his way all the way down the field. Incredible.
Yeah.
James White is the typical Patriot. He does nothing great. He just does everything good.
Yeah.
And then
a Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis type. Just
Ben
fucking.
Jarvis, Green Ellis. Lordy.
Yeah. He's way better than Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, but it was like, I mean, he's just a long line of sturdy, great third down backs, all the way back from Kevin Falk and Woodhead and Shane Vereen, just fucking a line of them just coming in.
Corey Dillon was a good one. You had Maroney. Was it bad?
Maroney was bad. He was a first-round pick, too.
He wasn't bad.
He had one good year, and it was because he was backing up Corey Dillon. Anyway, all right, let's get to see what are we predicting this week. We're going Monday Night Football. Is it at New York? It's at New York.
Yeah.
At New York. Not that it matters. But it's a Monday Night Football game. America is going to be miserable watching this.
I mean, I could not. I mean, if the Patriots, if I was not a fan of one of these teams, I would not tune into this.
No, I never gambled because I just never did. Like I did a little bit in college and shit. I just was never a football gambler. But now, like, just to make football exciting again, I'm thinking about just throwing a couple G's on every game. I don't even have a couple G's to do it. I just might go in debt, take out mortgages on my house, and just start gambling because I can't find any satisfaction in watching it anymore.
What is the line? I wonder what the line is.
I think it was 7.5 when it opened.
Us? I mean, we're favored. That's such a shame. Could you imagine what we would be, what the Patriots would be favored if this was a TB12 team versus this Jets team? I mean, it would be 21.
It would be at least 20. I mean, there was a couple years ago they were getting favored by fucking mid-20s every game, and that was like 2014.
I mean, it's a shame.
Last year with the defense they were getting coverage. They were covering like 14 points.
I mean, we were underdogs last week. It had to have been a long time since we were underdogs in the AFC East.
Yeah, I think it was like 2015. 2015, I think it was the last time we were underdogs. And it was at Buffalo, same thing, and they won. But, so what do you think this week? I think the Patriots are going to win, but I still think it's going to suck. Like, I think that they're going to keep the Jets in it, like, way too long. I'll be terrified if they go down 10 points because they won't be able to come back.
If they go down a touchdown, I'm still not fully confident like that we could score a touchdown like that
ever.
If we need a drive, like I'm not comfortable. We're -7. I'll say, God.
Which means people are taking the Jets because they were up. I think they were 7.5 to start.
The over/under's at 42.5. First of all, we're scoring 42.5 points. No, that'll never happen.
No,
so I'll say
Patriots all day.
Patriots. I'll say the Pats score. I mean, this is gonna be the worst game. I'm trying to.
They scored against Buffalo. They scored a decent amount, right? What was it, 20?
21.
They scored 21 against Buffalo.
That's 21-24.
Okay.
So I mean, you got to account for all the field goals because we'll get to the 25-yard line and just not do anything else.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. So let me pick. I'm gonna say they're gonna win. Patriots will win 27-14.
I'll say 24-14. But even then, I don't know.
Here's another thing, though. I think they're going to win. They'll cover. But will Cam Newton throw a touchdown pass to a wide receiver? Because I don't think that Cam Newton has not thrown a touchdown to a wide receiver this year.
He's thrown 3 touchdowns and 11 interceptions.
Is that good?
I don't think that's not great.
No.
It's definitely not great.
I could go out there and throw 11 interceptions. That would not be an issue for me.
No, I mean, no, absolutely not. I mean,
the
to think that-
and the touchdowns that he threw, I could throw those touchdowns because one of them was a fake run to a fullback,
Yep.
easy touchdown. Nobody was there. One of them was to Rex Burkhead, which was I think just a screen.
and
And
Rex
I don't even
Burkhead
know what the
did
third one was. Did he throw a third one? I think he only has two.
I thought, yeah, no, he has 3. I thought it was one of those dumbass like pitches where he like lobs it forward and
Might
someone
be.
else.
And it counts as a touchdown, a pass. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. So, do you think he'll throw a touchdown pass in this game?
Just because I want him to be good. Like I would love for him to be good. I'll say yes, and it'll be to Myers.
Okay. And you do. Oh, he did throw a 2-point conversion to Myers last week that looked like something that was good.
A football, like
Yeah, it was like an actual football conversion, like something.
I was actually convinced after the Seattle game that like that man was going to be in the MVP race. I was wrong. I am man enough to admit I was incorrect when I made that announcement.
Yeah. Well, you never know what the second half of the season is going to give you. He might take off, throw 40 touchdowns in a row here. Just get hot.
Okay,
Once N'Keal Harry goes, you defend Cam Newton like I defend N'Keal Harry to like my dad.
I can't defend him anymore. He's just not good at football. We just drafted the Arizona State receiver that's good, plays for the 49ers, and he ate us. That
Ayuk.
Ayuk. We drafted the bad one.
Yeah, well, we'll see. All right. Until then, hey, listen, follow us on Twitter at Malcolm Go Podcast, at Brady Disciple. Email me, malcolmgopodcast@gmail.com. I got a lot of questions this week. I responded to everybody. I didn't bring up anything on the pod. Tyler's might be dead. I don't know. But thanks for KP for coming in. Appreciate it. Had a good time. Until then, go Pats, go.
Do your job. All right, don't try to make too much out of it. Just do your job. 7, 8 months ago, right? All for this moment. It's about honor. It's about respect. We win this game, you're honored. Your kids are honored. Your families are honored. We are free.
Stack receivers, 2 to the right. Russell Wilson extends the hands he has. Wilson, quick throw. And it's intercepted. Intercepted by Malcolm Butler. Butler has it at the 1. Malcolm Butler stepping.
And Warner goes back to throw, and here's the blitz by Mike Vrabel. The pass is intercepted. It's caught by Tyrone. 30, 25, 20. Touchdown. Touchdown. Picks it up and takes it to the house. For Adam Vinatieri, 48-yard field goal attempt. Set to go. Snap ball down. Kick up. Kick is on the way, and it is good. It's good. It's good. Adam Vinatieri booms a 48-yard field goal, and the game is over. And the Patriots are Super Bowl champions. The Patriots are Super Bowl champions. The best team in the
Did it.
I love you, man.
Did it, bro. I love you. I love you. You worked your ass off.
You're the greatest quarterback in the world, man.
Hey, I love you, man.